Madam Deputy Speaker, I think undoubtedly my constituents will be watching this budget debate closely, asking what does it mean for them? Will it sort out the cost of living, fix the NHS, help pay down the national debt? What they will have seen then from my right honourable friend the Chancellor and her ministerial team is a budget with those issues at its heart. Over 14 years, this country experienced the steepest fall in living standards in living memory. The planned rise in the Minimum Wage Act next April is just one step towards alleviating those problems for the lowest paid in society, however. The youngest full-time workers will see a nearly £5,000 pay increase. Coupled with £150 off household energy bills, this government is very literally putting money in people's pockets. Madam Deputy Speaker, unlike the Tories and their latest rebrand reform, I'll be proud to back a budget next week that backs working people. Yeah. There's a simple truth. When workers are paid well, they work better. And when working people have more money, the economy grows. In the Chancellor's statement, I was delighted to hear the announcement of the Team Derby initiative, a new roaring engine for the East Midlands economy, creating high-paid, good-quality jobs and my home in Derbyshire. And for children in Ilkeston and Long Eaton, new free apprenticeships in SMEs will be something to truly aspire to when they come out of school, as good as any university degree. Yeah. In Erewash, wait times for GP appointments are a full week longer than the national average. It's fundamentally wrong that people in Ilkeston don't get the same standard of care as people who live here in London. We need to build now a truly national health service, ending the postcode lottery for good. In this budget, 250 new neighbourhood health centres, Madam Deputy Speaker. This means, hopefully, perhaps, that the days of my constituents commuting into Nottingham or Derby for minor scans or blood tests might soon be over. Yeah. Next, Madam Deputy Speaker, I want to address those who say we could borrow without end, cut Britain to oblivion, or think that tax cuts for the wealthy would somehow magic us into economic growth. Or indeed, if you ask the Greens, perhaps hypnotise us into physical growth. We already know where these ideas lead, Madam Deputy Speaker. All of these options were tried and tested in British government during the 14 long years that the Conservative Party were in control, and it left them in the moribund electoral doldrums where they now find themselves. First, they tried to cut their way out of a recession. Interest rates were at a fraction of a percent, and yet they did nothing to invest in and grow our economy. The NHS fell to its knees, businesses stopped growing, and wages went down in real terms. Even their own backbenchers, what of them are left, and party members were not happy with their approach. After 12 years of trying one failed scheme after another, and eventually running out of even vaguely credible ideas, they tried something new. They made Liz Truss the Prime Minister. And I think we all remember that ended in abject chaos of the Truss mini-budget, filled with uncosted spending commitments, tax cuts for the wealthiest, and nothing short of an economic Hindenburg. And who paid the price for that chaos, Madam Deputy Speaker, for that economic crash? It was working people. Yeah. Families in Long Eaton and Ilkeston and Sandiacre. Mortgages sent sky high, in some cases doubling. Savings wiped out. Inflation run amok. And who supported this vandalism? While backbench Conservative MPs were pulling their collars, nervously sending furtive glances in the direction of their majorities, who instead gave Liz Truss their full-throated endorsement. Why, of course, Madam Deputy Speaker, the fake patriots and faux defenders of working people at Reform UK. Yeah. Because they are fake patriots, Madam Deputy Speaker. Simply, one cannot love this country if they want to sell it out to foreign billionaires, or Russian oligarchs, for that matter. Yeah. If they want to charge money to use our NHS, if they want to cut minimum wage, taking money out of working people's pockets so it can be given back to their bosses, tax-dodging corporations, millionaires, billionaires, or shady party donors, and they do not love this country if they want to see years of dredging austerity returned. This government is investing in Britain, in its people, in families, in our economy, fairly and sustainably. We're on the long road fighting back against the cost of living crisis to make living life in this country affordable again. We're getting the NHS back on its feet, cutting waiting lists, ending the postcode lottery and putting healthcare back in our local communities where it can make a real difference. No more squalid years of austerity. No more failing working people. This budget puts working people back at the heart of our economy, and I am very proud to support it. Yeah.